attorney, does there happen to be a room upstairs with taping equipment? And then the attorney said, you were here, you know this? And Murphy said, no. He said, this is something I've always wanted. So he had his dream fulfilled. When I'd never met Murphy, but he was doing a lecture in Dallas at one of the churches, and he called me, and he said, Peel said I had to come and meet you. So I'm coming out the house. He was about this tall and very dictatorial. And I said, well, okay. I didn't know him. I hadn't read anything of his at that time. And I said, well, why don't you come to dinner? Okay, he said, I want ground beef steak and mashed potatoes. And he says, I'll bring the wine, not the wine, but he brought something else. And we'll see you. My driver will be there. And he says, I don't want to small talk, nobody there. I want to talk to you, and your husband can talk to my driver. And he's just like, he's just this way. So when he came in, and he was a delightful, absolutely delightful. We had dinner. He said, now we talk. So I went into the living room, my husband entertaining in the den, and he says, I want to ask you something. How do you think this came about? What is your perception on why I was able to accomplish all this? And I said, well, that's easy. I said, you sat there and you wanted this. And see how minds work. I said, this woman, you don't know her, she was listening to you on the radio. Here she had all of this stuff, and she had no one to give it to, probably to charity. And she thought, gosh, here, he sounds sincere, and I have this place up here. I think I'll give it to him. Okay, he picks up this thought. She's in her room, and she looks at all her appointments, her china cabinet with sterling and her paintings, and projects. He's looking. He picks up her thoughts, and he thinks they're his. You see? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, they communicate. They're just like one. And now he's aware, because when he walked in that house, it was familiar. Mm-hmm. It was exactly what he projected. He did not project it. She projected it to him, and he thought it was his idea. And this happens so